after my first husband had gone to heaven, I had this dream of going to the mailbox and getting a DVD. And in the DVD was a negative. And I held it up to the light, and I could see all of Nathan's brains. And in an echo voice, he said, "I'm doing fine, I'm working for the Lord." And I woke up, and all during our 4 years, he kept saying he wanted to do more for the Lord. And I said, "Well, maybe you ought to be a preacher." He said, "No, I don't feel like I need to be a preacher. I just want to do more for the Lord." I thought I needed to start writing some stuff down because of all the dreams that I'd had that come true. Well, off and on, I'd get down on my back and I'd have to stay in bed for a week or two. And over the last 84 years, I just kept adding a little bit to it. Well, the first time I wanted to name it, "But Lord, I'm Just a Woman," because I didn't feel like I was worthy of him showing me things, because in the Bible it says old men will dream dreams. And I thought, well, I'm not an old man, but I received all these dreams that come true. And I'd always tell him about them, my second husband, and he'd always say, "Oh, I don't know about your dreams." And of course, I'd always tell my sister, and she's still alive. She's 90 years old. Well, I just felt like that it was the Lord's will. And I always said, if it's the Lord's will, be done. I always felt like that when we went through trials and stuff, it made us stronger. And I just depended on, he knew what was ahead of me. He kind of guided me and showed me things. I just think that if people will seek God and ask Him about things, that He'll show you. And a lot of times people says that God talks to them. Well, how God talks to you, He brings things to your mind. And to me, if it's something good, it's from God. Well, the one thing that I thought, I can't imagine why I didn't put in there, is about the time that just before Bill died, I was feeding, on a Friday at noon, I was feeding him a malt, and I was trying to get him to eat some of it, and he said, "You are so good to me." And I said, "You've never told me that before." And I don't know why I didn't put that in there. And then another one, he'd say several times, he'd say, "I don't know why the Lord would take a good Christian man, and he had a good wife and a little girl, and would take him so I could have his wife." And he'd say that several times, and I thought that was kind of unusual.